Okay. All right. We are starting off this little tiny session, this mid-session 0. Endel and Burza, and I'm writing words down all the time. They are with Noah,
It's
archivist.
it's Bursa, like kind of like Ursa, but with a B as in boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burza. Got it.
Okay.
Is it pronounced Bursa or is it Bursa? Like more, you know. Give it with a little bit of a.
Oh no, he's picking. Oh no, look, I told her that she's Irish in front of the boys. Okay. The story is.
Are you Irish?
A little. I'm a little of a lot of things.
Oh, me too. I'm a little Irish too.
Everyone's Irish a little bit. We're having a good time.
We don't talk about the Mexicana.
Así es. Soy mexicano. Aunque no lo crean. I know you didn't understand a word I said, but
I might eventually though. I might. I'm elevated just a bit beyond my gringosity.
All right. So we have this old guy in front of us.
Yes, and you're located within the northwest area of the map, and your task is to figure out how to make a battery, or how a battery could be made.
Okay. So this is like a library type of facility?
Yes. These objects, I would imagine them to be shelves that stretch up to the main differences between this and actual reality is this facility is one of the most heavily defended from the outside ever, but few people ever go in and out ever. And these data, these like stacks, these shelves, it's all sorts of different like objects and tomes and all sorts of just treasures that have been hoarded over a while, and they're easily, I think, 15 feet standard height of everything in this so these shelves go up for 15 feet in every direction. And you hear
but is it like paper
there's paper in there,
or is it more digital, like kind of more like servers type of stuff?
Where there are servers, use like the servers that you can see, and there are servers that exist. They're basically like there's like a massive, it's almost they're kind of like almost like giant oh, why is that not white? Please, white. The server is like filled with light on the inside, but each server, instead of each server is actually a piece on a circuit, and you can see a live like node going through each of the servers. So the servers are really more circuits that record how the voltage goes through, and that voltage is transferred into a code. So that's how the code is stored through that change of voltage.
Okay.
So that exists, but there's also tomes, and there's also just like artifacts with like stamps on them as well. Those are the three things: artifacts, stacks, and books.
All right. Now, I do look at the old man and I say, what exactly are we looking for once we go down there?
Well, you're looking for anything. It is forbidden for us, for anyone to study to study new technology not given to us by Promet or his prophets. So you are conducting unofficial research for me. If it is something new, I will be killed, and you will as well. But if it is something ancient that I can argue, well, this could give us all an advantage in the time to come.
Okay.
And
how much trouble am I looking at if it does end up being against Promat?
well, I will do my best not to spill your name from my lips. But if my torture could be extreme, I am willing. I am willing to sacrifice my life for the betterment of the guild because it is the betterment of humanity.
Now, can I throw an insight just to make sure that he's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's what I live for.
Give me a second here. Insight. Okay, I have a +3 on the insight, and I got a 15.
Okay. It is easy to imagine each of the guilders is like highly competent and revered because they all wear the red robe, and it is like, you know, it's basically it's a supreme symbol of status. But Noah is senile, like he is just incompetent, and he is greedy above all things. The only thing keeping him at his station is just an immense amount of greed, and he gives you a toothy grin after he's done speaking to you.
All right, I look at him and I just say, "1 moment," and I get Bursa and like step aside and kind of like in a hush voice tell him, "I don't know, I'm getting a bad vibe from this guy. Is it too much trouble to really go through all of this just for something that at the off chance could change humanity but also kill us, for someone that most likely is not looking for our best interest either?"
I mean, I think we can. I think we can do what we need to without too much involvement from him.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll follow your lead on this one.
All right. Do they use the Dewey Decimal System at this library?
Who's Dewey?
I think, yeah, I guess the Dewey Decimal System survived.
All right, then I know exactly where to go.
Fantastic.
We just have to find the section on applied physics and electronics, and we'll be fine.
Okay. Take a test. Figure out a test you might want to take to help you guide this now that you know what you're doing.
A Dewey Decimal System test?
Sure. Maybe something within like wisdom or perception. There might be a skill too.
3 + 3. How much is that?
You know what? No, that's a good yeah, go ahead and take like an intelligence test.
Oh, she's bringing out the dice. She thought she wasn't gonna roll today.
I know, I really didn't.
Nice.
He's not fair to me though. He's abusing his privileges. So let's see. Which one would it be? A 20?
Yeah, D20.
All right. Well, I don't. There we go. Uh-oh. It went in the bed sheets. All right. 9.
With that mighty 9,
you're actually pretty lost. you're
you can
good with
can figure out.
Hold on. You're not.
It's a mighty 9.
Yeah, I have to add stuff to that.
Oh, okay, cool. You got a modifier?
Oh, vey. Oh, that's at least an 11.
Okay. With that, you have determined that they will be located in this area, approximately to your south. You hear Noah call out to Alex, Alex, and his voice is not that loud, but it echoes throughout the great chamber. And there's very little movement. In fact, there is a layer of dust on everything. There is a very thick, sooty layer of dust on everything, and it would not be fun to touch. I don't think. It's the sort of dust that like sticks to itself. Like if you were to like sweep your hand on it, like it would start accumulating in multiple layers outward, to an extent. And like I was at a warehouse once, and like I'd probably been the only one in parts of the warehouse like in the last years, and like I had a silhouette on the seat of my Honda Accord, like it looked like me on the seat, and like it's disgusting. It'll never leave either. Like that's the kind of dust here. It's sticky dust.
This is like a grease imprint.
Yeah, the grease. It's the grease factor. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's the grease factor.
I want to touch the greasy dust.
Okay.
I'm like, you sure you want to do that?
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, you touch the greasy dust and you see that it leaves a noticeable handprint on the ground where your hand was stuck, where the layers actually, like, instead of being disturbed, like you moved it straight up, and so it left like basically like a hand angel in the grease dust.
That's what I wanted.
So go ahead. Yeah. Your hand left a noticeable mark.
All right.
And I'm like, do you want to play tic-tac-toe on
it? So can we read the spines of the books, or are they all dusty?
Oh yeah, they're covered with they're covered with a fine layer of dust, I'm afraid to say.
All right, so I'm just wiping dust away, trying to see where the book.
Where do you want to move to?
Are we not in the section where we need to be?
Not yet. You're still at the door.
Oh, okay. So then go there.
Okay.
Start walking towards that. Well, start following her.
All right. As you start walking this way, the lighting is not very great, but a fire actually, like there's a blaze cooking off in the distance over here at one of the shelves.
Like the actual shelf is on fire?
Yeah. It is on fire.
Is it?
Why?
Is it normal? Is it like something that happens regularly?
Yeah, is it always on fire?
Somebody take a perception test.
All right, I take a perception test.
I do want to.
15 plus.
I got an 18.
7. So is 15 plus 7 is 22, 23, 23, 22.
Okay.
You sure? Yeah, let's see.
What was Endel's score?
18.
18.
15 plus 3.
Sometimes you are aware that sometimes information is purged from the lower reaches, and the fire does look as though it's not spreading from this distance. I would say each square, instead of being 5 feet, is 2.5 feet. So
And I imagine that everyone like that works there is acting normal around it, right? They're not like panicking.
So far you've seen no one at this point.
Just the old guy and Alex.
Noah was asking, if you find Alex, that would be nice. That's why I'm sending you in, because my acolyte is gone.
Got it.
And I'm gonna see if Noah is courageous enough to come with you guys. I don't think he is.
All right.
Yeah, no, Noah waits for you at the door. And he closes the door behind you. So yeah, the blaze is spotted from across the way, and it's really nothing out of the ordinary.
So I'm guessing from our perception, we kind of figure that this is kind of normal in this space.
Yeah. Topsy-turvy. Yeah, it is normal. It is pretty normal.
I mean, burning stuff inside without ventilation is a big carcinogen risk, but it's their library. It's not my library, so they can do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably their heater. That's how they probably don't have a heater, so they use the books to do that from time to time.
For some books, that's efficient. For some books, that's exceedingly efficient. Probably the best use. Like all those poor encyclopedias, the world. Or yeah, there's no more encyclopedias anymore. They're all gone.
Oh, those Britannica encyclopedias being burned right there. All right.
So we're continuing our way to the section where we need to be.
Well, look at the sparkling dice.
And to your right, there is like there's a spilling. Now that you've ascertained what is normal and what's not normal, some sort of there's something broken to your right. However, in front of you is the volume on what was the volume you're looking for? Let me write it down.
It would be like something on like applied physics, electronics, and batteries.
Okay. Okay. You come across the stack. You come across the first of this area where your intuition leads you, and the stack where the electronics and batteries are is the third shelf high, and there are each shelf is 5 feet off the ground.
The third shelf high?
Yeah, it's the third shelf high, so it's 10 feet off the ground.
So I guess I gotta climb up there.
Okay.
Can I? Well, what's my height? Let me see if I can find my height. Because you say it's each shelf is 5 feet.
Yes.
It's not 15 feet, 10.
It's 10 feet off the ground, but the highest shelf goes all the way 15 feet off the ground.
15 feet. Okay. And which shelf are we trying to reach?
Third one.
The third one. And that's the one that is what, 5 feet off the ground, or
It's 10 feet.
10 feet off the ground? Okay. So, I don't have specifics on my.
Is there a ladder?
Take a perception test.
15.
There is certainly a ladder, and it is located at the end of this junction, right ahead of you, right? Right here.
All right, so I can just roll the ladder over.
Okay, you notice that there are handprints on the ladder. There's handprints on the ladder. There's a layer of dust that has been removed.
So people use it, so it's a good ladder. All right, so I roll the ladder over.
Okay. You make it to the electronics section, and the ladder easily reaches all the way to the top because that's what it was made to do.
Yes.
And the electronic session, I would like you to tell me high or low on a D20. So first you say high, and then if you guessed, or sorry, first you say high or low, and then if you guessed it, I'll ask you to guess the number. I'll give you
high.
Okay. This section has most of the novels have been burned away, but there was one little there was one little excerpt in there that although a battery can hold a battery can hold both memory and power, because memory is the same as power. And although it seems like it's nearly limitless, a battery's power is never not limitless. A battery is not a generator.
Mm.
And amongst the ash of the books, you can see amongst the ash, you can also see that this area was disturbed as well by the footsteps, by footsteps and handprints. But that is all that this area that is all.
There's no books on batteries left.
There is no book on battery left. Besides the fact that a battery's power is not limitless. A battery can only
It doesn't help me make a fucking battery. Oh.
And I asked Burza, did we find what we're looking for?
Nope, it's all gone.
Well, that's a bust. Should we go back to Noah, or do you want to keep looking?
You try a different section.
All right, I do a perception check to like the surrounding shelves, see if anything kind of like sparks my interest.
Okay.
Perception. Let's see. Okay. I get an 11.
Okay. It is difficult really to figure out what everything there is. But as you look into a shelf, until like a shelf where books normally are, you see on the other side it's been hollowed out, and you can see this sort of like transition between human and robot staring back at you, and it looks at you with a sort of a look of horror, as it has been disturbed. Its voice is monotone.
Does he say something to me?
Let me yes, he does. I need to get some water really quickly because I won't be able to.
Sure, go ahead.
Are you hungry? What do you want?
Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam.
He asks, "Did the guild send you?"
And I say, "Holy shit!" Now, like, I get startled, and I say to Bruce, "I think we got company over here."
Oh shit! Yeah, we're with the guild.
That is unfortunate. What is your mission in the data mines?
We're looking for information, something that kind of helps us to build the battery.
I am also looking to build a battery. If I had a battery, I could make more of myself.
Do you have a name?
I was not given a name. There is only one of me, so I am not. A name is not necessary at this point, but if there were two of me, perhaps there would be a necessity for a name.
Well, just for argument's sake, can I call you Joe?
I will be Joe. I know that Joe is a messenger of sorts from another time, and I am also a messenger from another time.
Awesome, Joe. So, do you have any idea of where we could probably find this battery information? Where were you looking for it?
I was also looking here. I believe I know what it might take to create a battery, but I do not know if I have the resources necessary.
So, you know how to do it, but you don't know if you have the materials to do it.
I know, yes. I think I know how. It requires security, I believe. There are hunters here that would love no more than to dismember me and disassemble me and bring me to their masters.
Well, why don't we do this? We leave you intact, like in one piece, and why don't you just write on a paper how to build a battery, and we call it a day.
I can show you how to make a battery.
Awesome. Burza, do you have paper?
I do have paper. All right, I'll give the robot some paper.
I am afraid that if I were to write in the only language I know in binary, it would take me some time. It would be quicker. What is the saying? Easier done than said.
All right, I'll write for you.
Why write when we could simply enact the creation of a battery?
Well, you said that you don't know if you have the materials for it, and we kind of needed instructions if we want to replicate it.
I am starting to think that I now have the required components for a battery.
Awesome. Okay. Sure. I mean, Burza, do you feel comfortable on writing down the process?
Sure.
Awesomeness. Well, Joe, let's see how to do a battery.
Very well. He waves you inside this area down here, which was conveniently you were looking at. He actually leads you inside the stack, and there's like a hollowed out area, and at the end of the area there is sort of like this stage. Oh no, I'm not a good artist. Let's see. Okay, he shows you what is essentially like, it looks sort of like a console. I get, yeah, this is fine.
It kind of looks like an Xbox.
Oh, actually, this one kind of does look like an Xbox. So that's good, actually. That's the one I'll choose then. It's like this, except like much smaller. It's like at a much smaller scale. I would say this. Well, I would say this one's like, that's about 15 feet up. Never mind. No, it's about this scale. And this part on it itself, it doesn't appear to be, this part right here, it doesn't actually appear to be like a liquid rip. Well, it's like rippling, but there's like a solid, it's solid on the other side. It's solid on the other side. It doesn't give the impression that like anything like solid comes through it, I guess is what I'm saying. And that's basically, and Joe, he says, you must find the little rodent man and bring him here. Promet will devolve him into one of me, and then you will have your battery.
And I kind of peer into this thing, and I just ask him, is this like the battery, or what is this?
This was how I was created. There was a time when humanity was just automaton. I bridged the gap, and now I have the means to make more of myself. We are gifted with, as you say, a battery. It is what gives us life, unlike other machines.
So this is the machine that you're going to use to reproduce yourself?
Yes, but first, as a proof of concept, you must take the little rodent man. He is already accepted by the guild, and so therefore, his loss will cause some controversy. His de-evolution will cause some controversy.
And I asked Burza, do you know who's the little rodent man?
What did you say?
Do you know who's the little rodent man?
I have no clue.
Joe, can you maybe be more specific on who's the little rodent man?
He was the one. He was the one that told and got the Nexo sacked. He is a snitch and he lurks down here as well. You must bring him for transference.
Do you know his name?
His name is Alex.
Ah, okay. Do you remember where you last saw him or where near which area?
What if I told you I already found him?
Okay.
Hypothetically speaking, I am learning hypotheticals.
Interesting. Well, hypothetically speaking, where is he?
Hypothetically speaking, would you allow for him to be de-evolved? You will get your battery. We will take the battery out of him. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, for now, sure. I'll be willing to look for him and bring him here.
Very well. I have him hidden in this next room. So I will bring him out. He brings Alex out of he brings Alex out and Alex says, "Get off me. I don't want to be robotified. There's got to be somebody better to robotify. Don't robotify me."
Hey, Alex.
Hello yourself. Hello yourself. This thing's kidnapped me. Held me against my will.
Well, I understand that, but your boss, Noah, was looking for you. But I think that he wants more how to build a battery than your presence. So I think you're the only one who's going to be able to provide us that info. Now, let's say, Joe, is there any way that we can spare Alex and still get the battery?
Well, I do suppose that there is a possibility that someone else could be offered to Promet to de-evolve. That would be sufficient, but I think I would prefer to see Alex transferred. In order for you to get your battery, we will have to take the battery out of whoever we de-evolve, unfortunately.
Well, why don't we do this? Since we were sent not only to find the battery, but also to maybe retrieve Alex in one piece, is it okay we consult it first with who sent us and then we make a choice?
I would prefer to remain as anonymous as possible, as I have been, I am not sure banished is the correct word for it. They are all quite interested in my existence, but if they become tied to me, the consequences will be grave. It is best if I am left out of this until a decision is made, I think. But hypotheticals are the friend of anyone, I suppose.
Let me see. Let me discuss it with my partner. I step with Burza aside. So, what's your take on this?
Are we gonna kill him?
I mean, de-evolving doesn't sound like he's going to be, well, I think he's going to be alive, but not like he is right now. Probably he's going to be dumber than what he looks like at the moment.
Still, I think there's some ethical concern. However, I do really want a battery too.
Yeah. Well, does it count if we don't look?
It not as much.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, yeah, if we just turn away, I think it's less on our hands.
Well, even if Alex looks like a squirmy little bastard, I don't think de-evolving him would be like the right thing to do.
The battery.
Yeah, we need the battery, I know. Let me see if we can persuade Joe.
All right. Worst case, we'll just not look. That's plan B.
Okay. And I go to Joe and I let him know that we really want to be in good standing with our employers, but at the same time, we would like to be in good standing with you, Joe. So give us a chance to maybe spare Alex's life for the guild, and we'll keep your secret as long as you help us get the battery. We'll bring someone else who you can devolve. So do I throw like a persuasion check or something?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you advantage on that one.
Awesome.
I'll give you advantage on that.
It was a good speech.
Yeah, it was excellent.
If it wasn't, he would tell you.
I'm really gonna need the advantage on that one. I crit one like completely. Let's see. Let me get the advantage one.
Yeah. That's horrifying.
Yeah. Okay. Better. I get a 14 plus 3, 17.
He says, very well. I live in constant pain.
You and me both, Joe. I understand your pain. So let me take Alex and I'll take him to his master. And then once we have someone, a good candidate for you, we'll bring him.
Very well. I believe this is possible. There is so much scum in that city.
Awesomeness.
Noah is pleased to see Alex. And without like even consulting, he starts nagging at Alex and how behind Alex is at paperwork. And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, I forgot. Before you went in there, the hunters, yes, you should have been given a neural pacifier for the hunters down there, I'm afraid. Here you go." And he offers you guys both it's like a flute basically. And yeah, that's what Noah gives you.
Okay.
As a neural pacifier.
Neural pacifier.
Now, I suppose you're gonna want to try to find somebody to take to the machine.
Oh, it's our only choice.
Okay.
Yes, but yeah. But we do inform Noah kind of like what we found. And obviously during our travel back to Noah, I threatened Alex about not speaking about Joe. So
Noah is such as Alex is such a coward that you do believe that he will follow your word. You believe that you've done everything you can to at least get him to follow the word, short of killing him or maiming him or something.
Awesomeness. Now, yeah, we do need to find a candidate for this. So we let Noah know that we're very close to finding the formula, but we need someone else. I don't specify what we need them for. Let's just say that we just need more eyes on the for us to be able to find the formula that he's looking for.
Oh, yes. The most important, a task can, he says, a task can be measured in importance by the number of people working on it. That is the golden rule here in the guild.
Now, out of curiosity, do you know of any, like people non grata that you might not want around because they're dangerous?
Well, you see, and he pulls out a map of serviceable of a pretty serviceable dimension or quality, which is more or less easy enough to memorize. There are the 4 outer districts where the commoners are allowed. You are in the center district here in the guild headquarters, either acting as a guild member or on official guild business. But outside here, there is a population of 1 million people here in the city. If you want really dangerous, those that were not deemed appropriate to be within the city. Is he still there? What happened?
Uh-oh.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. We're good.
Awesome.
Let's see. I'll just do this.
Just 1 second. Bear with me.
What did I say? You shush.